Human beings are truly a magnificent species. We have created the world we see and live in today. Everything from the light bulb to the mobile phone and everything in between. Yet, we still doubt our ability to take an idea, a thought, and bring it to life. Why is this the case? Why is it the case that we don't believe in ourselves? So, don't we all have dreams of a life we'd like to live? Visions of the goals we'd like to achieve? We tell our children to dream big, to reach for the stars, and that the world is theirs for the taking. But do we really believe this? Are we setting an adequate example? These are the thoughts I've been having lately, the questions that I've been asking. And what I realized is, why is it that so few people are actually living a life of abundance when we actually have the potential within inside of ourselves? And the key is that most people are not taking action on the life they want to live. We sit and dream as much as we like, but if we're not actually taking a step towards it, we will never ever manifest our greatness. And the key reason that most people are not taking action is because they have a fear of failure. You see, throughout our lives, we've been conditioned by society to be afraid of failing. Why? And in the very instances when we did happen to fail, we were made to feel like a failure, like embarrassment, by the very people who we cared about the most, whose opinion we treasured the most, our parents, our peers, our teachers. So, as a result, we developed this belief about our ability, who we are, and what we can achieve. We set up a boundary around ourselves, telling us that I would never cross this, just in case I feel or experience the same feelings again. And this is a case that many people are living their life within this limit, not knowing that they possess a great untapped ability within themselves. But they need to be able to stretch the limit. They need to be able to step out of their comfort zone, their safe zone. However, fear of failing only partially explains why most people are not manifesting the inner greatness. What about the people who actually take action but still fall short? What about the girl or guy who goes to the gym religiously but still struggles to achieve their dream body? Or the person who finally gathers the courage to start a business only for the business not to turn a profit? So then there has to be something more than just taking action in spite of fear. Now, most people are aware of the 3 principles of goal achievement, which is setting a goal, having a plan, and taking action. But most people are not aware about the most important principle that brings it all together. It's like the glue. And this is the belief in their vision, in their ability to actually create it. Because it's pointless wanting something, but if you don't believe that you can achieve it, how are you going to do it? You're not going to put in the required effort. Let's take the example for you. Let's think about the example. Let's say I want to climb Mount Everest. I wish I can climb Mount Everest. Okay, I set myself a goal, I have the plan, training, but I actually doubt my ability. I really want to, but I doubt I'm able to actually achieve it. So what happens? I don't even get myself a coach to guide me. My effort is likely to be weak and tentative. And as a result, what will my results be? What can I expect? Weak results as well. And this basically is the feedback loop for ourselves. It affirms what we've been thinking all along, what people's been telling us all along, that it's not possible, that our dreams are too big, that we need to be realistic. When in actual fact, our dreams were not too big, just that we did not believe that it's possible. We did not believe in ourselves enough to make sure that we can manifest our vision. If anybody else can do something remarkable, so can you. Why can't you? That's the question to ask yourself. Now, how do you actually create this belief in yourself and your ability? So there's a couple of ways, but the starting point is to start with the voice inside of our head. The self-talk, our personal narrative, as it's known in psychology. You see, our personal narrative is an accumulation of stories and events and experiences from our past that we carry with us, that dictates to us how we see ourselves, how we see the world. So in the past, many of us has failed, has faced hardship, have faced adversity. And what does that mean? That means we develop a negative self-talk, a negative way of seeing our ability. So the self-talk is like, I can't do that because I come from a poor family. Or I can't do that because my education background is not right. Or I can't do that because I failed previously. But if you truly believe in your vision, it doesn't matter how many times you fail, you'll get up and keep going. Because failure is just feedback. But back to creating the belief. So our self-talk. So self-talk is really important. We need to understand that we all are conditioned beings as we're sitting there. We all are conditioned. And I'm sure you can relate to experiences in your own life where you admire someone else's skill or ability, but quickly tell yourself, I could never do that. Yet, you can. Most of the time, the only thing that separates us from the next person who we admire is our ability to take action. It's our ability to learn the skills needed to be at that level. No matter whether you think that person is a born talent or whatever it is, the way you perceive in that particular person, usually it's just a bunch of skills learned and practiced over time. Repetition, repeating it over and over, finding a way and getting better. That's how you condition yourself. For example, when I started running, so a few years back, I was quite overweight. I was close to 30 kilograms heavier. And when I started running, I couldn't do 1 kilometer. But that didn't stop me. I made sure that I conditioned myself, and now I'm able to run 10 kilometers for breakfast, before breakfast, any single time. I can run more than that, doesn't matter, because my body is conditioned. I don't have to push my body to do that. I can do it naturally. And that's how our mind works as well. Conditioning, through conditioning, we actually create our new programming. And we need to condition our mind. We need to condition our self-talk. We need to create an empowering self-talk. One that says, because I come from hardships or adversity, because of that, I have to create my vision. I have to go after my vision. So you're not letting yourself off the hook. Because when you say, I can't, what are you doing? You're justifying why it's okay for you to give up. Okay? But why do you want to give up? You have one life to live. Do you want to live your best life? Or do you want to dream your best life? Okay, so back to the self-talk. And so self-talk is critical in manifesting our vision and our greatness. So we have to constantly be aware of how we speak to ourselves. Be very conscious about this and try to speak to yourself in a positive way. But obviously our conditioning plays a huge impact on this in our past. And this is where we have to recreate the way we see ourselves and our past experiences. And you see, human beings are meaning-creating creatures. We go through our life and we attach meaning to every single thing. Basically, this is done unconsciously most of the time. We're not aware of the meaning we assign to things. But now you have to think back to the hurt or trauma or adversity, whatever it was, that's been negative, that's defining you presently, that's allowing you to stay within your comfort zone. You have to look at that and be like, okay, how can I attach a new meaning, an empowering meaning, a meaning that allows me to actually go forth A meaning that redefines how I see myself, because that's the important part. It's the way you see yourself. But you see yourself through the way you have defined your past experiences, your past story. So the time comes now that you have to redefine that story, recreate a story that is empowering, because it's all subjective. It's all within your mind. Yes, you might have faced difficult times in the past, but you're here today. You survived that. So my question to you is, do you only want to survive, or do you want to thrive? And in order to thrive, in order to create the life you want, in order to manifest your inner greatness, you need to be willing to use your mind and have it become your best friend. Your self-talk, you should stop letting yourself off the hook and saying, I can't, and be, I can, I have to. So we spoke about self-talk, we spoke about meaning, and there's a famous psychologist called Viktor Frankl. He adequately explained in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he spoke about his time in a Nazi concentration camp. He saw thousands of people perish in front of him. And he said that one of the reasons that most of the people died, he lost his wife, he lost his father, his mother, he says it was because of the meaning they've attached to this situation, to the experiences. And that is the reason he survived that, is because he learned to attach a more superior meaning, a meaning that gave him the willpower to make it through another day. So now that we understand that we have the potential to create an empowering meaning to our experiences, that we are able to start talking to ourselves in a better way, in a more powerful manner, and say, because of all of the things that happened to me, I'm convicted, I have to do what I set out to do. This is my mission. And obviously in life there's going to be obstacles. That is one thing that's guaranteed. Challenges are going to arise. It doesn't mean now that you suddenly have the self-talk in order and you believe and you know how to set meaning that everything's going to be perfect. But what this means is that you're not going to back down, because you believe in your vision, you believe in where you're going, and you won't be stopped. And that's important. So today I want to end with, are you going to continue being enslaved to your past experiences, or will you now become the creator of your future? Thank you, everybody.